Alright, so we're looking at this problem here. It says find the length of the major axis of x squared plus 9y squared equals 36. And we have four choices. So what we have to know here is we have to know the basic form to write an ellipse and what a major and minor axis is. And we also have to know that when we have the x squared and the y squared and they're being added together, they're both squared and they're being added together regardless of coefficients, that's going to be, well, hold on real quick. If the coefficients are both the same, we get a circle. But if it's they're different coefficients, that's when we get an ellipse. So what we want to do is we want to try and get this thing to look like one of these. There is no h or k here because it's just 0. It's like x minus 0 squared or y minus 0 squared. So ignoring the h and the k, it's just x squared over a squared, y squared over b squared. So we don't have that yet. But what we can do is, well, we want this thing to be 1. You notice that in the formula it equals 1 over here on the right. So let's just go ahead and divide everything by 36. If we do that, we'll work that out over here. We get x squared plus 9y squared equals, and if I divided everything by 36, I'd have 36, 36, and then that would just be 1. Well, now this can reduce, right? This can reduce because I can take a 9 out of both of these, and so I'd actually have x squared plus 36 plus, if I took a 9 out of the top and the bottom, I'd get y squared over 4 equals 1. Well, notice that these are perfect squares and they're on the bottom, so we could actually go a step further. We could say this is like saying x squared over 6 squared plus y squared over 2 squared equals 1. Okay, and now we have it in the correct form. Once it's in the correct form, we can easily tell what our a and our b is. So our a is 6, our b is 2. And the way we decide what's a and what's b here, notice that they could switch it up. The y could come first and be over the a, or the x could come first. All that really matters here is that it's just what's bigger. So you can see that this must be our a. So I'm just going to say a equals 6 and b equals 2. Yeah. Sorry about the horrible handwriting. So that's all that matters here. That's literally the only difference, is that here the value underneath x is bigger, so that's the a. Here the value underneath y is bigger, so that's the a. Well, we have a situation where the value underneath x is bigger, so that is our a. So we're going to have a situation where this thing stretches left to right, which is the way x stretches. If it's the bigger numbers underneath y, it's going to stretch up and down, which is the direction that y goes. So that's all there is to it. Now, as for the length of the major axis is this entire length, okay, which they say is 2a. Well, if my a is 6, 2 times 6 is 12. Well, let me just say that I did 2 times the a value to get the major axis. And so the answer here is 12. Cool, hope that helps.